think we'll move on to if there's anything else. I think we're nearing the end. We've got 5 minutes left. Was there anything that we haven't discussed tonight that somebody wants to raise?
With affordable housing, years ago it would be like if your wages was etc. Yes, you pay a quarter of your wages as rent. So you had your other things, your holidays, your children's things, your leisures. Now it all seems to be rent, and then the utilities are all going up. So even whatever you work for is never going to be enough. And it seems to me it's to do with buildings and people where they've got to live. And the developers, whoever made the quick bucks and the city and all the rest of it, don't they realise that we're getting poorer. Forget about the government things. It's the ones who's been at the top that's whipped us off. And now they're calling social housing rents with a package of £120 out of £300. Yes, a lot of money to go to work, to run a little car, to have a little holiday, and then you've got to pay your two lots of, you pay your electric, your gas, and the water are crucifying us. So where does this affordable even rent come into?
Okay.
So can you clarify? Are you suggesting that renting should be tied to wages?
Well, it is at the minute, because on the social side it always has been. Because you can never pay.
Living in affordable.
Well, I don't know, because all the professors in all these universities that go to, they can work out the bigger figure. But all I know is the person who's trying to live on the money, everybody wants a bit of it,
So we should look more at what people are earning when they're living in that accommodation.
Well, no, give them the places, but leave them be able to go to work to live in the place. Because now all we do is fill in forms.
And then just
Yes, very interesting debate on both sides, on both topics. But I'm interested that there's been no mention of unoccupied dwellings. Now we had all different quotes of figures of the unoccupied dwellings, but I think that should come into play more.
Does anyone of the officers want to respond to that?
Sorry, within our private sector department or section, we do have empty property strategies, and obviously we have empty property officers going around identifying those properties with a view to bringing them back into use. So they are actually scrutinised, but obviously empty properties will play an important part in delivering residential needed accommodation in the borough.
Would you know a percentage or a number?
Unfortunately, I don't have that information with me, but it certainly is very much high on our agenda to bring properties back into use.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I'd just like to thank everybody for coming. I think it's been an extremely interesting evening, and with people agreeing, people disagreeing, lots of different points of view. That's absolutely fantastic, because we can now all take this away and that will help influence the LDF that we're putting together. So I'd like to thank you so much for coming. Good night.
I just wanted to say as well, we will feed back to all of the people who attended tonight. Hopefully we've got your names. We tried to capture everybody's names when they came in. Don't expect it in a hurry, I'm afraid. We've got 11 of these meetings, and then some of us are going to have a bit of a summer break. So I think in terms of our ability to be able to respond to you, to be able to summarise all the points that were put forward and give you the opportunity to feed back to us, I think we really are looking at September. And I think as well we'll look at other things, and we'll look about perhaps having other meetings that tackle some very specific issues that maybe we haven't had the time to go into detail on tonight. So we'll get back to you, but please don't expect anything before September. That would be great. The gentleman here.
I found tonight very interesting, but could you also be so kind as to give an undertaking to attend the next housing panel meeting and do a presentation on this subject to the delegates to the housing panel?
Yeah,
you have the chair of the housing panel sitting right there in the front row.
Absolutely. I'll discuss it with Councillor Rowe and we'll make some arrangements. All right, thank you very much for coming.
I'd like to say thank you to the facilitator.
Yes.
Yeah.